We're going to get started, okay? So welcome to today's session for Super Toned Up members exclusively. It's a live video class. We are going to do Super Toned Up, and we are going to focus on the legs, the bottom, and the core muscles, the stomach. And we're going to get I'm going to show you some really good moves. We're going to condition those muscles, and we're going to be working in all different directions. And we're going to be standing as well as lying on the floor. So hopefully you're all ready to go, because we're now going to start our warm-up. So I'm Vicky Waugh, founder of Bump and Beyond, and we're going to get started. So a really good posture to begin. Our feet are shoulder width apart, shoulders are relaxed, arms by your sides, and we're going to take the chin down onto the chest, bring it back, and then take it back. Bring it center, forward, center, back. Center, forwards. What we're doing here is just releasing any tension in the neck before we begin. Good, and then bring the head back up. We'll take the head over to the shoulder, bring it back to the center, over to the other shoulder. So you're taking your ear to your shoulder here. Keep the shoulders really relaxed, and you're just stretching out dynamically the muscles of the neck. And then we're going to bring the head back and round. So we're circling the head, releasing tension in the back of the neck. One direction, and then we rotate back the other direction. Dropping the chin onto the chest, and then taking the head back round. And then bringing the head back to the center position. I'd like you to march just really easy on the spot as you bring your shoulders up to the ears and rotate them backwards. Really easy to begin. And then we're going to bring both arms up and back into a circular movement with the arms going backwards. I can see you all, and that's looking good in terms of your technique. And then we're going to take the arms out to the sides, but in a diagonal line to stretch out the muscles of the chest. Just keep that march going with the legs one foot then the other, just a nice easy march, as if you're just walking on the spot. Two more, one more, and relax. Keep the feet still now. Take the arms in front of you. Take hold of one elbow with the opposite hand and the other elbow. We're going to pivot off the foot as we turn to the side, back to the center, to the other side. As you turn, you breathe out, so you exhale. Inhale to the center. So as you're turning to each side, you exhale, and as you come back to the center, you inhale. Through the nose as you inhale, exhale through the mouth. Now, as you do this, I want you to focus on drawing your belly button or your navel, same thing, towards your spine to get some light tension in the lower abdominal area, as if you're tightening a belt. We'll do two more. One more. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to open the arms out to the side. Just make sure you haven't got anything behind you. We're keeping the arms open. What this does is you'll feel a little rotation through the shoulder blades. Lovely one to open out and release tension in the upper back. Two more, one to each side. One more, and release. Now just bend the knees, keep the knees soft, sit back at the hips, and I just want you to rotate the hips around in one direction. This just warms up the pelvis, and then back the other direction. Couple more. Excellent, one more. Good, and then from here we'll bring the arms in front. You're going to sit into a half squat, come back up. So make sure your feet are firm on the ground. You're sitting back into the heels of your feet and back into your hips. There's no need to go too deep. You just want to do a nice gentle half squat, keeping your knees in line with your ankles, no further really than your shoelaces, okay? So whatever you do, make sure your feet are really flat. You're sitting back into the hips and the heels of your feet. Your shoulders are relaxed. I'll show you from the side so you can just get that technique. And you see my upper body is quite upright. My chest is forward. Okay, so I'm really using my glute muscles as I'm coming back up here. Two more. One more. Excellent. And then we're going to take the feet wider, turning in the toes out. We're in a plie position here. You're sitting again back at the hips, coming back up. Really easy. Again, you don't need to go too low. We are just warming up still. We're going to do 4 more. With the breathing, you'll inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. 2 more. 1 more. Now I want you to keep it down here. We're just going to do a gentle pulse to open out the hips, keeping your knees turned out and making sure you're really pushing into the heels of the feet. That's really important. Okay, you'll notice the difference if you push into the heels of the feet, of how you're now just activating these thigh muscles. 2 more gentle pulses, 1 more. And we're coming back up. We then turn the toes straight, so your toes are pointing forwards, your arms are in front, you're sitting back at the hip here. So again, your knee stays right back. You mustn't allow it to shoot forward. So we're coming down, we're coming to the center, and we're going across to the other side. So you see my left leg is bent straight here, and now my right leg is straight. I'm bending my left, okay, and now I'm bending my left. So I'm bending my right leg here, and then I'm bending my left. And again, I'm kicking my chest forward. My chest is really lifted, it's pointing forward. Chin is up, looking straight ahead, always good. 2 more. Lovely, 1 more. And coming back up. Release those shoulders back. Brilliant. Okay, so we're now nicely warmed up. You can take a quick drink if you need one here. I'm going to go straight into the exercise so that you can see. I'm going to do 2 of this exercise so you can just see the technique. So do take a drink if you need one here to just see how to do the next exercise. So I'm coming down to the floor. The feet are flat, my knees are bent, my arms are down by my side. This is a really good activation exercise for your bottom muscles. And I know that a lot of you are runners or doing sporting events perhaps in the summer, and then a lot of you are also new to this, you're new to exercise. This is such an important exercise for all levels, all right? So arms by your sides, I want you to push into your triceps here, okay? Hands are flat onto the floor. Your feet are spaced, and your feet are really under your knees, okay? You're pushing into your heels, you're going to squeeze your 2 bottom cheeks together, and you're gonna roll through the spine, so your lower back is flat. Then you'll lift your hips up and breathe out. So we are here, we're in a bridge, okay, the hip bridge. You should now feel these bottom muscles tense and tighten, okay? You're squeezing these bottom muscles. The focus is all right here, okay? So from here, push into those triceps, push into your heels. You're gonna lift a little higher, and then we're going to slowly lower, but just halfway. So you're off the floor. You exhale, push back up, inhale, lower. Exhale, push back up, inhale, lower. Okay, so that was the tutorial. We'll come down. All right, and now we're going to go into the exercise. We're going to do 15 repetitions, okay, of the hip bridge. So push into your triceps, push into your heels, squeeze your bottom muscles together, lift up. Keep your lower back flat. Exhale, lift up onto your shoulders. Inhale, lower halfway. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. I so love this move. It just activates these glute muscles. It means that you'll really strengthen these muscles. And if you strengthen these muscles, they'll be your strong muscle, and they will fire up in the right kinetic chain when you come to walk, jog, or even run. Okay, you want these glutes, these bottom muscles, the glutes is a technical term for bottom muscles, to be firing up first rather than the hamstrings or the thighs when you're walking, jogging, or running. And that prevents the risk of injury. It also gives you a nice toned, aesthetic look in your bottom. All right, and it also helps improve your back and strengthen your back. You have strong glutes, you have a stronger lower back. Okay, remember all the muscles kind of work together. So we're going to do 4 more, squeeze, lowering, 3 more, exhale, 2 more, 1 more. Now we're going to hold this one up, okay? And I want you to just pulse up and down. How are we doing? Oh, good. So exhale, up and lower, up and lower. Pushing into the triceps. Okay, pushing into the heels of the feet as well. That's so important. You'll notice the difference because you want to be really activating your bottom muscles. 2 more. 1 more now. We're going to hold it here, okay? So this is our kind of third set, and we're going to hold this one. So you can really feel those bottom muscles are firing up. A little higher. Keep the lower back flat. Okay, ready? And we're going to lower back down to the floor. Well done. Roll on to your side. Okay, so we're going to now focus on the outside of the glutes, all right? We've activated the middle part of the glute. We're going to focus on the outside of the glutes. So I'd like you to come right down onto your arm. Take your hand behind the back of your head. Bring your knees forward. We want a 45-degree angle at your hips here. Then I'd like you to just lift your feet up. You've got one foot on top of the other. You're going to flex your feet. That is the opposite to point. Make sure your heels are in line with your glutes. All right, and place your hand on your hip. Please make sure you've got your top hip over your bottom hip. Place the feet back onto the floor, and then we're going to open out the top knee, close. Open out and close. Now just check your body position. It's really important here that your hips stay incredibly still, all right, and that you avoid rotating back. So you want to avoid that altogether. Open and close that top knee. Okay, so working on the outside of the glutes. You're going to exhale, inhale. Now to make this more challenging, you can lift the feet up off the floor, keeping the toe and the heels together, and you just continue to open and close the top knee. This is the more challenging version. The easier version is to keep your feet on the floor, so we recommend this version if you had your baby within the last 3-4 months. If you've been following my exercises and you want to progress, then you can by all means lift the feet up off the floor. Or perhaps if you haven't recently had a baby and you are fairly intermediate or advanced level of fitness, then please try this version. If you're new to fitness and your children are far, far older, then please go for this option with your feet on the floor. Now I can feel this. I bet you can too. 2 more. 1 more. We're going to hold this one here and we're pulsing. Yeah, pulsing. Exhale on each little pulse. Inhale. So make sure, can you see the space I have here between my knees, okay? That's important. Your pulse is a very small movement, but that knee is high, okay? But keeping these hips still. So remember, you might have your feet off the floor for the more challenging version. 2 more pulses, 1 more, and take your knees together and feet back onto the floor. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to bring the leg round in front, and we're going to change sides. Take the hand behind the back of the head, bring the knees up, 45-degree angle at your hips. Raise your feet if you did the more challenging version on the other side, and then exhale as you open the knee, inhale as you lower. If you did the easier version on the other side, stick with the easier version, that is with your feet on the floor. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So really, really great conditioning exercise for the outside of the bottom. Okay, the glute medius, this one. And again, super important to get those muscles strong as well as aesthetically toned, if you want that look. Okay, so that you can walk around and you can run and you can jog without the risk of injury with strong glutes. And you'll just notice the performance if you are jogging or running. If you get stronger glutes, then you'll go faster. And there'll be less emphasis on other muscles that perhaps shouldn't be firing up so much when you're running. Okay, so we're going to do 4 more here. 3, remember that more challenging version is the feet off the floor. 2 more, 1 more, let's hold it here. We're going to pulse. Okay, any more pulses? Exhale on each pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees, lower your feet. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to come back up. We're coming to a standing position. When you come to a standing position, take your hands onto the floor, roll back onto the balls of your feet, and then slowly come up to a standing position. Okay, so from here, what I'd like you to do is take your feet just slightly wider than your hips, but no wider. Your toes are pointing forwards. Bring your body weight back into the heels of your feet. Relax your shoulders right down. Let's take our arms above and over our chest here. So you've got one hand on each shoulder. We're going to do a gentle squat coming down and then coming halfway. Down, halfway. So we're going fairly deep into the squat. Now, what's super important here is that you lift your pelvic floor muscle. Now, you might be wondering, well, I'm not actually sure where my pelvic floor muscle is. Okay, so when I say that to you, it might not be hugely helpful. So what I want you to imagine is the muscle really is just below your bladder. It's inside, it's an internal muscle, you can't see it, okay, but it's at the base of your pelvis. And all you really need to know right now is that I want you to exhale as you're coming up and lift that pelvic floor muscle up. Okay, it's a gentle squeeze up, okay, as you're coming upwards. At the same time, I also want you to bring your navel back towards your spine as you're coming up. And we're staying low and coming up halfway. Now we're going to do full squats. So low and then up. Keep your knees just ever so slightly soft as you're coming up, so you'll avoid locking your knees. We're doing 4 more. A really good squat sequence now. 2 more. And now 1 more. I'm going to take our hands down and then we're going to bring them up. And we're going to keep them up, if you can, with your palms facing forward, so your arms are up into a V shape. Okay, this really intensifies the movement, makes it far more challenging. Sitting back at the hips. If it's too much for you, if your shoulders are tight, take your hands back across your chest. Okay, otherwise keep them here. And remember, all the body weight is back into the heels of your feet. Sitting down, coming back up, and we inhale, exhale. Such a great move this for strengthening and toning your front thighs. Also your glutes, your bottom, and also the backs of the legs, the hamstrings right here. We've got 2 more. Now 1 more. I want you to hold this one down. Again, if you want an easier version, if your arms are aching, place your hands across your chest here, shoulder to shoulder. Okay, otherwise keep them here. And we're coming low. We're going to try and keep that lower back flat, keep that chest lifted. I'll show you from the side. All right, so I'm in this position, drawing my navel to my spine, really focusing on my bottom, my thigh muscles, and pulsing down and up. Squat is such a functional movement, it's such an important exercise. All right, to do, you can really do it daily, you know. 4 more. 3 pulses, 2 more. Let's get a little lower, 1 more. And coming up, brilliant work. We're going to take the feet wide, turn the toes out into a plie position like we did in the warm-up. You're going to exhale, reach up, take the palms together. Inhale, come down, lift up your left heel. Your right ball of the foot is on the floor. We're going to bring the hands in front, keep the chest lifted. We're going to change. Staying low in that plie, lifting up the pelvic floor muscle. We're rolling through the foot, lifting the right and the left. Okay, staying low in that plie. How we're doing, oh, this is gonna work and target those thigh muscles. Again, great to strengthen those muscles for any sporting activity or challenge you've set yourself, whether that be a walk, whether that be a jog or a run, a 5K or a 10K, or a park run, if you've heard of those, or a charity walk. I'd like you to set yourself some sort of goal, okay, that is achievable for you and that is realistic for you, and that is in about, say, 4, 5, 6 months' time. All right, just so that we all have a purpose towards the exercise. All right, now your goal doesn't have to be a sporting challenge. It could be something like losing 2 centimeters, losing 5 centimeters off your waist, strengthening your core, but be very specific with your goal, okay? And you need to have a reason why. So when you say, I want to lose 2 centimeters or 5 centimeters of my waist, why? Okay, is it because you want to fit into a pair of jeans? Ooh, my thighs. Or is it because you're going to a wedding or a christening or a big birthday? You've got a big birthday coming up. Is it your daughter's birthday? Your son's? Whatever. Have a reason why and have a goal, and I want to hear all about it too. You can tell me what your goal is. Okay, so we're doing 4 more of these. 3, 2, 1. Have your heels back onto the floor. Lower down, come back up into that plie. Lower down and up. Okay, and then with this one, we're taking the arms above the head as well into a V shape. Lower and up. Again, lifting up the pelvic floor muscle as you're coming up, drawing in your navel. Inhale, exhale. So you exhale as you're coming up. Shoulders really relaxed. Lift your chest. It's easy sometimes to hunch over in these positions, so we really want to get those legs and those bottom muscles doing the work here. Okay, 2 more. Good, one more. Now we're gonna hold it here. Now you are gonna love this next move. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up. All right, we're gonna just bring the feet slightly closer together. We're gonna come down and we're gonna step forward with our right foot. Forward, so come towards me with your left. Staying low. It's called the kind of funny walk. So I'm gonna come closer to you now. You're gonna really see me. Okay, oh, there we go. Might cut my head off now. And then we're going backwards. Okay, you're gonna keep your hips fairly still. All right, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. All right, lovely, 2 more. 1 more going backwards, and we're coming forwards for 4, 3, staying nice and low, 2, 1 more. Lovely, going backwards. I can see you all going forwards. It's really funny. Good, 3 more. 1 more going back. Good, you ready? And we're going forward again. Now, 1, 2, a little bit faster. 3, 4, good, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go 2, and back. Good, and forward. So 2, and back. Are you still with me? And forward, good. And back, staying low. And forward. Good, and back. Excellent, hold it here. Good, and we're pulsing. Good, keep those toes turned out. Shoulders back and relaxed, hands are in front. Take the arms up if you want to. Make it more challenging. And we're pulsing low for 8, 7, well done. 6, 5, round the thighs. 4, 3, 2, or 1, release it up. Great work. Okay, so what I'd like you to do next is to step forward with your left foot. Okay, now you're onto the ball of the foot here, of your, your right foot. Okay, and your left foot is flat. I'd like you to sit back at your hips. I'm gonna show you this from the side. Okay, so it's important that your knees stay back here, yeah? What's important is you don't shoot that knee forward. Okay, same with the other knee. So right back at the hips, lift the chest. Okay, you're gonna squat down and up, and we're doing a one-legged squat. All right, so your left foot is flat. You push back into your left heel, and your right foot is in front of your left foot, and you're resting on the ball of the foot. Okay, so inhale, exhale, same thing with the breathing. And when you exhale, can you remember what you need to do? You need to draw the navel towards the spine. Light tension in those lower abdominals. 4 more. 3, 2. Hold it here. Oh yes, okay, it's the pulses. So let's getting lower, a little bit deeper. So exhale. So again, this is such a great move. Whether you just recently had your baby, whether you had your baby a long time ago, or whether you are a mother with older children, we all need to strengthen our bottom muscles, okay? And everybody that I know and that I meet wants a toned bottom, okay, aesthetically. But you also do want a strong bottom, okay? So that you can, as I said before, reduce your risk of injury. Okay, 2 more. So let through the thigh as well, 1 more. Good, coming back up. Now, we're gonna stay onto that left foot. We're gonna take this right foot out to the side, resting again onto your toe. This is a great one for your balance. So what you're gonna do is just shift your body weight over onto your left foot and draw your navel to your spine. That's so important. Do that now. Okay, get that tension so that you can balance. And then you're gonna lift and lower. You can soften your left leg slightly, okay, the knee. But I want you to focus on lifting that leg out to the side, trying to lead with the heel of the foot there. Okay, so inhale, exhale. So exhale, inhale. For balance, or to help you, you can just take the hands in front or place your hands on your hips. Okay, 2 more. Now here's what's gonna happen. 1 more, let's go up. Let's hover this leg up. Let's take it a little higher. Let's pulse. Look straight ahead. Good. 3 more pulses. 2 more. 1 more, lower that leg back down. Fabulous. Okay, let's switch over. We're bringing our left foot in front, resting onto our right foot. Sitting back into the hips and coming back up. Exhale, inhale. So I'll show you this from the side. So we're doing the other side now. The other leg is in front. So last time, and again, you're sitting back at the hips. You see that? Your chest stays lifted. That's great. Okay, shoulders are really relaxed. Try and keep your head up and your chin up, looking straight ahead as we sink low and come back up. So a really good progression is from the squats where we have both feet onto the floor flat. Okay, keep your pelvis forward. There, that's brilliant. And you're coming down and up, so you inhale, exhale. Remember, if your knee is a little sore, don't come down quite so low, but really emphasize the squeeze of the glutes as you're coming up. So you want to really get the squeeze of the bottom muscles. Okay? Doing a few more repetitions. Repetition is the number of the exercise. 2 more. 1 more, lower down, and we're pulsing. Yeah, arms are in front, or arms are here, or hands are on the hip. Your choice. If your hands are up here, it is going to be more challenging. You open out that chest, just make sure that lower back is flat. Okay, 4, nice and deep. 3, remember that breathing. 2, 1 more, coming up. Okay, well done. So we're going to take this foot out to the side now. Rest our hands on our hips, lifting up and lower. Up and lower. Now just be careful you're not tilting too much to the side here. All right, and that you're drawing navel to spine to stay stable. All right, to keep your balance. And it's a lift and a lower, squeezing the outside of the glutes. A progression to the lying floor exercises that we did at the beginning of the session. Good, stay with me, 4 more. Leading with the heel, keep that other leg slightly soft at the knee. 2 more. Good, 1 more. Okay, let's hold it, let's hold it. Let's draw navel to spine for balance. Let's pulse. Ready? Good. Look straight ahead, focus on something in front of you. Two more pulses, 1 more, and release. Well done, that was so good. So we're coming down onto the floor now to target our abdominal muscles. All right, so feet are flat onto the floor. We're going to take a seated position. I'd like to sit right up on what's called our sits bones. Okay, these are the seated bones in the center part of your bottom muscles. Keep your shoulders down and relax, so important, kind of hug your shins. All right, from here, bring your arms in front. You're going to articulate through the lower spine. You're going to exhale, kind of roll down, okay, down. Now you can go as low as you want to, but you want to make sure you have connection here, draw your navel to your spine. And then you inhale, come up, arms above the head. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, back. If you're not connecting navel to spine here, you'll feel it in your lower back. We don't want that. Okay, so make sure, exhale, draw navel to spine, articulate, round off that lower back. Inhale, up. Good. This is completely safe if you have recently had your baby. Okay, but what we want to do is just make sure, okay, that you bring the muscles together at the center here. Exhale, inhale, keeping the feet really flat. Good. 8 more. Good. Exhale as you're rolling through. 2 more of these. 1 more now. I'd like you to hold this one here, right here. Go a little lower. Drop those shoulders, hold it here. From here, we're going to turn towards the right. Come back to the center. Turn to the left. Come back to the center. Staying low. Keeping the feet flat onto the floor. Making sure you exhale as you rotate. Inhale back to the center. You still with me? Excellent. Good. 4 more. 3. 2 more. 1 more. And come back up. Well done, well done. Roll onto the side. We're going to keep this safe. Coming down, back down to the floor with our lower back, our whole of our back onto the floor. Feet are just underneath your knees. So from here, I'd like you to inhale. Exhale, lift your right foot off the floor. Keep your shin parallel to the ceiling. Draw your navel down. Keep your lower back fairly flat onto the floor underneath you. Exhale, lift your left foot. keep your knees together, flex your feet, your shins must be parallel to the ceiling, your knees must be above your hips. No point being here. Okay, we need to be in this position. So 90-degree angle behind the knee joints. Okay, from here, all right, you're going to exhale, lower your right knee to the floor, inhale, bring it back up. Slowly, back up. Now we're doing this at the count of 2, so it goes 1, 2, back up. 1, 2. Now, a progression would be both heels. You've got to maintain, all right, that small gap between the lower back and the mat or the floor underneath you. So the gap is really only as wide as being able to push a letter or an envelope through, okay? So that gap just here. All right, if you have a huge gap, then you're not drawing your navel to your spine, potentially. All right, so you've got to really be connecting here. Now the breathing's important, so the breathing is timed like this. Exhale. Now remember, if this is too much for you, you are just going single, right, and then left, alternating. Okay, so you have 2 options there, right, and then left, and it's down for 2, back up for 2, so it's exhale. Okay, inhale as you bring it back, up, shins parallel, exhale, exhale. 1 more in each, or both. And hug knees to chest. Well done. Roll onto your side. Going quite fast, going swiftly. We've got a few more exercises to do. So with this next one, the side plank, I'd like you to rest onto your forearm. All right, just check your elbows directly underneath your shoulder here. Your knees are back. I'm going to take you to this option tonight where your leg is straight. So that top leg is going to be straight. The knees, one on top of the other. We are now going to push into the bottom knee. We're going to bring our shoulder in. Watch. Okay, up like so. You see that? My shoulder is right in, so I'm not placing too much pressure there. To make this easier, you will just bring both knees together and both knees are bent at 90 degrees. You're lifting with the hip, pushing into the knee and lowering, okay? Not all the way to the floor, but halfway ideally. To make it more challenging, you'll take your top leg straight. You'll just be resting on your foot and your knee. Let's go. So this is the intermediate version. Now, if you want even more of a challenge, you can bring this right foot just in front of you, left foot, sorry, in front of you. You can take your other leg behind. You can have both legs straight. This is the advanced option. Exhale, inhale. Otherwise, you're going back to this intermediate version with the top leg straight, or the easier version, both knees bent. So early postnatal, you'll be with this version. Okay, if you have been exercising and you're kind of 7, 8, 9 months down the line of post-pregnancy, then you can take your top leg straight. If you're new to fitness and have older children, then you'll be here with both knees bent. If you have an advanced level of fitness, you'll have both legs straight. We're doing 4 more. 3 more. I'm going back to the intermediate version. 2 more. 1 more. We're pulsing. Oh yeah. Make sure you've got that top hip over the bottom hip. Bring that shoulder in so there's not too much pressure on the shoulder. 2 more. 1 more. Rest. Fabulous. Now, we're going to bring the legs around in front so that we're going to change sides. But before we do the other side, I'd like you to roll onto your front. From here, we're going to take our arms out and place our forehead onto the floor here. Okay, you're going to reach through the legs. You're going to then lift the arms, keep the head down. You're going to bring the elbows into your rib cage, extend the arms, lower back down. Now, to make this more challenging, you can lift your legs too. Exhale as you lift. Try and keep your eyes down. Okay, so you're looking downwards towards the mat rather than lifting the head and the eyes up. Good. Eight more. Good. 4 more. 3 more. Works the lower back this and the glutes as well. 1 more. Lovely. Release. Good. Okay, roll onto your side. Ready for the side plank onto this side. So remember, do the same version that you did on the other side. So we're resting on our forearm. You're going to bring your shoulder in, really important. Bring your shoulder in. Push into your knees to lift. Take your arm up or place it on your hip. This is the easier version with both knees together, bent at 90 degrees. More challenging version, your top leg is straight, near in line with each other. Your more advanced option is your top leg is slightly in front of your bottom leg, and you exhale, inhale as you lift. I'll go back to the intermediate version, as most people seem to be doing that version. If you're on the easier version, that's completely cool too. So you'll be on both knees. You're lifting up through the hips. You're really targeting the waist here. 4 more. 3, how are we? 2 more, you ready? 1 more. Okay, let's pulse it. Let's do this, pulse. Up and down. Good, good. 4 more pulses. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus exercise tonight, and then we are nearly done. So I love this one because it really targets the lower abdominals. I get so many requests for targeting that little overhang, okay, which is just below the belly button, but just above the pubic bone. Okay, so let's come on to our backs, like so. Okay, gonna take the legs up, nice and straight. Now, this might be really challenging for you, especially if you're trying your hamstrings. So you can bend the knees a little here, okay? Or straighten the legs, bend the knees if you need to. Arms are down by your sides. Okay, we are fluttering forward and backwards. We're going to lower the legs a little to the point where you can still keep that lower back flat. Okay, forward and back. Exhale, inhale. Lower them a little more if you can. Okay, really targeting this lower abdominal area here. Love this move. Push into those triceps, those hands. Okay, so flutter kicking. Lower a little bit more if you can. Otherwise, keep them at that level. Make sure that lower back is remaining fairly flat. You have drawn your navel to spine. You're really connecting here. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. We're doing 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more, and then hug the knees to the chest. Well done, let's stretch. So we're going to rotate the knees in one direction, holding on to the shins. Well done, what a great effort tonight. Just even getting here, right? Even though you don't have to leave the house. It's the whole putting on the workout clothes, the fitness gear, especially after you've had probably one of those days, it's Monday. Okay, but it's always such a great way to start your week with your exercise, particularly your strength exercise, which is the key to boosting your metabolism, which is just what we've done right here this evening. So rotate those knees right round. 2 more. 1 more. Good, and then place your feet back onto the floor, roll onto your side. We're going to come onto the forearm, take our top hand over and around the top of the foot. You're going to bring your leg back so that you can stretch your hamstring. You can keep your knees close together here. Again, just light tension in the lower abdominal muscles by drawing your navel back towards your spine. We'll bring it forward a little bit just to ease up, and then take it back again to get that stretch in the front thigh. Good. And I'd like you to come and do a seated position before we do the other leg. And take a seat. We'll have our feet in just in front of us here. We'll take our hands by our hips. And we're going to lift the foot up and over the other leg. And lift your chest. Look up, straight ahead. Open out. Such a lovely move for stretching your chest. And you'll feel this stretch right here in the glutes. So just be sure to push that knee out to the side. Relax your foot. Breathing in, breathing out, and then relax. Take that foot off and switch over. And taking your left foot over your right leg, so the ankle is just below the knee, pushing your chest towards your thigh and towards your shin, rolling your shoulders back. Let this knee, just push this knee out to the side so you're feeling that stretch on the side of the bottom. Inhale, release. Coming with your legs across to the other side, resting on your forearm. Bring your hand around over your foot, taking your leg back, keeping your knees low, feeling a stretch through the front of the thigh, opening out your chest, breathing in. Through the nose, exhale. Through the mouth, breathing in. Exhale. Two more breaths to ease into that stretch. Bring it forward slightly to ease it out. Take it back again. Exhaling into the stretch. One more. Lovely. And then I'd like you just to place your hands onto the floor, come up onto your knees, and we're going to take the knees slightly apart, just a small space here. Sit your bottom back into the heels of your feet, extend your arms. Take your forehead slowly to the floor, bend your elbows. And this is child's pose, a gorgeous yoga stretch for the lower back. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Sitting right back to lengthen your spine here. Two more breaths. One more. And gradually lift your head back up. Walk your hands towards your knees. Come into a seated position for one last stretch. And with your legs just crossed comfortably in front of you, reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Place your right hand down by your side. Reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then pushing into this hand, reach over, pushing your left side and your left hip away. So pushing this side, this rib cage here and your left hip away from you. Feeling the stretch through the side of the waist. Inhale, come back up to the center. Drop this hand down towards the floor. Your left hand, reach up with your right fingertips. Take it over towards your left. Pushing the right side away from you. So pushing through the rib cage, pushing through the right hip, and pushing into that left hand, breathing in, breathing out. And then inhale, coming back to the center. Well done. Thank you so much for your efforts tonight. Namaste, as they say in yoga, and thank you for joining me. So I am going to come across to the screen now and just check in with you and see if you have any questions. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hello, Ellie.
Hey, Emma.
Hey, everybody. Oh, who's that? Did somebody do the exercises with you, Sam?
Yes, she was popping me.
Oh, welcome. Oh, I love that. A family friendly. Oh, hello. A family friendly session. That is fabulous. We love that. So, hello, everybody. I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. And we really focused in on the legs and the glutes. Now, what I really need you to do is, if you haven't eaten, okay, and you might not have done, really go for something light, okay, that's easily digestible and that's quick for you to make. So remember, there are loads of recipes. There's over 150 quick, easy recipes that your children and your family should love too on the website. But what I recommend tonight is you have a portion of protein. So this is lean meat or fish, okay, that is a palm size, all right, with some really good quality, never fear carbs, carbohydrate. So this is carbohydrate that is of a whole grain variety, which really balances out your blood sugar levels. Okay, so this is your, you know what I had tonight actually, and I had it a little bit early, was pearl barley. Okay, this is the new thing. Well, it's not a new thing, but it's got loads of fiber in it. It really balances out any blood sugar levels. It stops you having cravings, which I think at this time of the year is so important, because I don't know if you're anything like me, but I get these chocolate cravings, right? So I really need to balance out my sugar levels. So pearl barley is so quick and easy to make. And what I did is one of my one dish wonders, okay, is that I roasted a chicken at the weekend with the leftover chicken. I broke it up, I put it in a pan with some red onion and some chopped up peppers, red, yellow, green. And I added a little bit of garlic, some olive oil, some lemon juice, and also a couple of cooked chicken thighs as well that I'd done the children earlier, and some sweet potato. And I put some stock and then some pearl barley in that, so raw pearl barley, whipped it into the oven, and actually, if the chicken is cooked, you'll put that in the last minute, but if the chicken is not cooked, you put it in. It literally took about 30 minutes in the oven, and then whisked it out. Great, really warming, packed full of protein, really good for muscle toning. Okay, so, or have a soup or something that's easily digestible, an omelette with some eggs, some canned mackerel, some oily fish, which is great for your skin, all right, and some vegetables. So you must try to be eating at least 3 portions of vegetables with every meal right now, okay? So this is lunch and dinner, all right? And you can also, you know, try out some of my smoothies to increase your vegetable intake at breakfast time too. So is there any questions from anybody this evening? Oh, okay. That's all good. Well, if you think of anything, then be sure to pop them over onto an email to me if you're not on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, then remember, if you haven't joined already, to join the private exclusive group for the Beyond Online Health and Fitness Studio. And you can pop your question in there at any time. And also remember that on Thursday, on Zoom, okay, so it doesn't exclude anybody that's not on Facebook, I will be hosting my live Q&A session from 12 to 1. So any questions you have prior to that, pop them into the Facebook group or pop them onto an email for me. I'll try and answer them, but if they come through on, say, Wednesday evening or Thursday, I will save them and answer them between 12 and 1 live for you on Thursday. All right, so look out for your invitation to that session. I wish you well, yours in health and fitness and happiness. Have a lovely rest of your evening and be sure to have plenty of sleep. Take care and I'll see you next time.